Alrighty. What's going on, everyone? Gonna wait a couple minutes, a few moments, let people come in. We'll start discussing what's going on today. Today's a good day so far. Today is a good day. My position is coming back to life. So on Monday morning of this week, I was down 50%, more than 50% down on this position. Now it's only down 7%. So we're clawing our way back so far. Definitely clawing our way back. And I was just watching the charts, as I always do, on the 5 minute. And I noticed this candle, and then this candle, and then a new high. And then I'm looking here. I'm like, all right, we're up 1.5% by time. Now we're up 1.6. But I was looking. I'm like, oh, we're one of the top gainers out of my whole list of top stocks. So thought I would hop on, do a little stream. I'm sure other people out there are, you guys are also watching. So. And we got a big news event coming up. Let's see, at 2 o'clock we get the Fed interest rate decision. And then at 2:30, Mr. Jerome Powell will start speaking. So I'll probably stream through that. I don't know if I'll stream all the way through till 2:30. I may just stream for like an hour right now, eat some lunch, and then I'll hop back on to do a FOMC stream. And we should get some pretty good market action. We usually get good market action around the Fed press meeting. So put on some background music. Here we go. Let me just listen to it. Not picking up my desktop audio. All right, there we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me know if it is. I can adjust it. So I've been watching this HMA for a couple days now. And I like it on the 15 minute because usually it will turn green once the market's moving up. And then you see it pull back towards the moving average and then it bounces even higher. And it's happened time and time again. Comes back in, goes higher. Except for, oh no, it did it kind of here. Comes back in, goes higher. Here too. So HMA on the 15 minute, at least for LLY, is a good point of interest for the buyers to step in. Alrighty. So this is going to be fun to watch in a few hours from now. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. It's a big day. Watch this bounce. Watch this 5-minute bounce right off of this HMA. You ready? It happens so often. I kind of want to day trade it. But I'm not. I'm not a day trader. Those days are over. At least for now. See how the rest of the market's doing right now. Throw up a daily. Take this away for a moment. Get rid of volume. Alright, before I go any further, so LOY, I was watching this 580 level. It's been staying above it. I was talking about it last night on stream, and today we bounced higher. I had a feeling that this was a good accumulation zone. So basically, this whole area right here was a little accumulation zone. You can even argue, even up here, they were accumulating, the institutions. So the big money stepped in right at this 580 mark and started bouncing it up each time it came back down. And they're pushing it higher today. I'm going to lower down the music a little bit further. It's kind of drowning out my brain. Okay. There we go. So, if we start to see this HMA curl up, which it was just about to do before, it was turning green before, like when we were up here at like 594. There's a good chance that we're gonna see a continuation to the upside. So I'm getting a little excited. Getting a little excited for LLY. We can look at the MACD too to just see momentum. Now, if you guys know my strategy already, I don't use momentum as a way to trade. I just use it as another tool. I don't base my trades off of this indicator, but things are looking positive. So we're just going to watch this hang out, see what happens. But if the HMA turns green and we can get a green on the MACD, that would be really positive. It's not the end all be all, but it, puts probability on my side. Just a little bit. Just a little. Slight edge. A lot of the pharmaceuticals and healthcare sector stocks have been running up. So a good one I think that I was looking at earlier, I forgot which pharmaceutical it was. Does this show recent? It does. I think it was AbbVie. This one has just been on a rocket ship. Great trade for December. But I mean, it literally on the first day, not even on the last day, so November 30th, it started to run up already. And it's up 7.96% so far this month. And if you translate that gain into an options contract, that's a lot of money, especially for a stock like this. So this is probably about, if I had to guess, like a 200% gain, 100 maybe 150% gain where it's standing right now. And that's in like less than what? Less than 2 weeks. I would say that's a pretty good return on investment. So, but yeah. So AbbVie, I'm kind of jealous that I didn't get in on that one. I'm also jealous I didn't get in on AVGO, on. There's a few others, but LLY, I really want to see it come to life. I really want to see this thing move up, especially starting like maybe today into the end of this week. All right, so let's look at the rest of the market. Like I said, we'll get rid of we'll leave momentum up. I'm just gonna minimize this just a little bit. Dow Jones on a tear as usual. How close are we? We are very close to making new highs. So we may get headlines today if we have a good Fed meeting. We could see some new headlines across the Dow, the SPY, the Qs. I mean, we are literally in. We are a hair away from reaching new highs. It may not happen today, but it could happen by, Friday. You can also see momentum is curling up on the MACD. HMA has been moving up. The VIX is up a little bit more today. We'll watch the VIX. It is up 1%. We are going to get a little bit of volatility, but it's not up that much. So that's potentially a good sign for us today going into the Fed meeting. I'm really hoping this goes higher. So far this month has been a little rough. So I wouldn't say it's horrible, but it hasn't been great. So especially seeing other stocks like AbbVie and AMD, AVGO. A lot of those stocks have just been on a tear for the past week and a half, and I'm sitting here in a loss. So I'm kind of getting a little jealous, but so look at the Qs. The Qs are going to be a huge sign because this is where the risk is going to go first. It has been going first already, as you can see. And the overall market has been moving up. I know like Nvidia had a rough day on Monday. Monday was kind of a weird day where everything was down, but the top dogs were down, all the top names, and then the Qs, the SPY, everything, the indexes were up. So it's like, all right, what's going on here? But now it seems like things are coming back into correlation, and the big names are starting to move. Netflix is having a good day. I'm really hoping Netflix stays below the this zone. It's like stays below like 485. But it may just take off. The good thing is though with Netflix, it has plenty of room more to run to the upside. So even if it gets above by time I enter, it gets above like 485. I'm gonna enter regardless, but I'd rather buy it down here than up here, because the chances of making more money are higher when you buy into a discounted area. moving up here. So I was just saying before about the HMA on the 5 minute. As soon as like a 5 minute or a 15 minute comes down towards this HMA, we tend to bounce, which may be happening right now. So I called it like right here. Now we're starting to drift back up. So I like the HMA. It's not the end all be all, but it gives you a good idea of where the mid range price is. So you know where you're buying. It's a good way to know where the mean is and where it's going to revert and potentially bounce higher. That's why I like the HMA. So we have the Fed meeting in 3.5 hours. 3 hours until the interest rate decision is released. I think most people know they're just gonna keep the same interest rate. It's not gonna go up or down. But I'm telling you guys right now, if we get a good idea, if Jerome Powell gives us a good idea of when rates are gonna be cut, and if he says cutting rates a lot in his speech, believe me, this market could potentially fly really high. So a lot of people right now are saying, "Oh, the markets they've gone up so fast, so quickly, in such a short period of time, pretty much since the beginning of November." And I think this is one of those periods of time where people underestimate how high the stock market can go up. They're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, it's gone up so much already, it can't go any higher," or it's gonna reverse, it's gonna come back down first before going higher, and it does the complete opposite and goes even higher. So we could be in one of those types of periods right now. You gotta remember, there's a lot of money on the sidelines. The markets are just starting to touch all-time highs. So we've been here before. A lot of cash on the sidelines. And if interest rates continue to go down, I don't. This is going to be important to watch too. What the bonds are going to do, and they're still going down. So let's look at the bonds. I'm going to get rid of the MACD. And we'll look at the 10-year. The 10-year is drifting down today. So, and it has been drifting down since November. So pretty much like when I've started hearing about interest rate cuts, which you pretty much started to hear that in the news. Well, I have. I've been hearing about interest rate cuts in the news pretty much since like October. And it seems like that's becoming a reality, and the market yields are cutting now. I mean, this is a pretty big drop too from its all-time high on the 10-year note, down 17%. So, or it's down let's see, like 85 basis points. Pretty big drop. Pretty big drop. So, that's a telltale sign that interest rates are going to start to be cut at the federal level. And you can see interest rates rose all throughout 2023 and 2022 because interest rates had to go up. But now it's reversing. And we haven't had a reversal like this in a while, probably since 22. And this is when we started to come down here, this is when the market started to bounce, right? So like October 22 is when the market bottomed out and we started to go higher. And now it's doing the same thing. So we could be looking at another run going into 2024, believe it or not. As bad as things are, as bad as inflation is, and I mean, the markets are not entirely correlated to the economy, and this is a good example. A lot of it also is depending on interest rates right now and bond yields. 30 years on a teardown. Now, the 2 years still elevated, but it has been drifting down. Um, but the 2 years still high. Gold is doing slightly better today. I really thought gold would rip out here, but got slammed back down. That $2,000 area, once you get above that, it's typically a good sell zone. It's funny when you see gold get to high prices like this, like above 2000 or above like 1950, you start to see all the gold commercials start to run. They start running the gold commercials like crazy because they want you to buy their inventory at an elevated price. Because those gold, all these gold companies, they buy their stuff down here. They try to buy low and sell high. It's the name of the game. So they've been trying to sell on TVs to the old people like crazy. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is looking like it wants to recover here, or at least consolidate and hold this level, right above about 40,000. Good psychological level to stay above. So like for me with Bitcoin right now, I would want it to see it stay above 40K. 40K is a big psych level. And Ethereum, if anyone's into Ethereum, same thing. I'd want it to stay above, probably like right where it bottomed here, 2100. But again, Ethereum, altcoins, they're all correlated to this right here, Bitcoin. So whatever Bitcoin's doing, that's what altcoins are doing. Take a look at this. Getting a top wick on the 5-minute. Bottom wick. Might be just consolidating and drifting higher here. Take a look at our position. Down 12%. Looks like it's trying to move up here. Get some volume on. Big volume came in on this move up. Big volume. So you can see right today, if you look at the biggest volume spikes, which direction are those big volume spikes going into? They're going into the upside. So right now, the big volume are buyers. A lot of buyers to the buy side, or to the large volume side. And these are institutions. This kind of size that you see here in 5 minutes, these are institutions. So they're buying it up, let it come back down, buying it up again, let it come back down, buying it back. They've been accumulating LLY for a while now. You can argue they've been accumulating since back in like beginning of November. So, and they've definitely been accumulating this past week. Look at the amount of bottom wicks. Not just the amount of bottom wicks, but the length of the bottom wicks on each of these candles, especially below 580. As soon as that price comes down there, the buyers start to, step in. And they're definitely stepping in today. They're starting to overcome the sell demand and push this thing higher. So yeah, we're definitely going to stream for the FOMC. Hopefully I don't have any conflicting meetings or anything pop up for work. If not, I'll definitely be here. So let's look at the rest of the stocks here. All right, so LOY is trying to go higher. AMD having a lackluster day, but it's ran up This stock has such a big run up already. I'm not surprised it's down quite a little bit. Nvidia on the 5 minute trying to move up. Let's actually look at these on the daily. So yesterday was a good day for Nvidia. Had a sell off in the morning, bought right back up, and now it's starting to break up. So Nvidia is looking to make new highs here. I mean, this market is like, all the signs are pointing to the upside right now. A lot of upside potential. Apple going higher, making new local highs. It looks like Apple's about to make new all-time highs. Right? I don't think Apple... Yep. In my opinion, I think PayPal will go higher. Been consolidating for a few days. Take a look at PayPal. Oh yeah, definitely had a nice run up in November. Take a look at PayPal on seasonality. So yeah, PayPal seasonally over the past 5 years does well. Take this off. It's been doing well so far, but we'll take a look back. Yeah, PayPal's a better stock for like January, April, and June. It's right above that 70% threshold. December, it can do well, and I think this December it's doing well so far. We could take a look at the month. Yeah, so up 3%. It looks like it wants to go higher. I mean, this thing has been selling off for a while now. Wow. What's the PE on this? Have they been losing money? No, they haven't been. PE is only 17, so that's pretty good. And they have earnings coming out end of January. Yeah, this stock took a spill. Wow. The only thing with PayPal right now is if it's going to reverse, you got to watch out for this. So you have 2 points of interest right here. Okay. Let me get rid of this moving average. My brush. All right, you found support here. You found support here. You drilled through the support, resistance, and so far, this is resistance. So be careful. This could do something like that. But if we have a good day and the Fed gives us, and you gotta remember, PayPal's hugely affected by interest rates, right? Because if interest rates start going down, economic activity is going to pick up, and PayPal makes their money by transactions. And the more transactions go through PayPal, the more fees they're going to collect, the more money they're going to make. So, that being said, if interest rates start to get cut going into 2024, economic activity is going to be picked up a little bit. There's a good chance we see this go to the upside. So I'd say it's a 50-50 for PayPal right now. The one concern I have with PayPal is this huge downtrend that's been in since, wow, July 21. This almost looks like a crypto stock. I mean, Bitcoin has been outperforming this. So this is pretty nasty. But if you believe in the company long term, could be a good opportunity. Take a look at LOY. I think it's moving up again. Sorry guys, I keep going back to LOY. This is what I'm focusing on. This is so you guys see what I'm saying with the HMA? It comes down, finds support right around the HMA, and it starts drifting back up. It comes back to that midpoint in price action and pushes back up. How far? I don't know. Maybe to new local highs, but we'll see. Man, I am hungry. Hungry for profits. All right, so HMA daily is flashing green. Really positive sign. Really, really positive sign. You can see when that HMA turns green, we're usually in a trend already to the upside. I have this set to 25, so it's a little bit more conservative. I could set it to a lower amount to get, faster signals, but you're also going to get more false signals. So, and again, I'm not using this indicator to base my trade off of. It's just a tool. It just usually when the HMA is green, probabilities in your favor to the upside. That's all. Like you got to take these indicators with a grain of salt. And same thing with levels, right? Just because we're accumulating, we see bottom wicks around the 580 area, doesn't mean it's going to hold, It can crash right through this. So no one knows what the market's going to actually do until the price action comes in. That's it. If people say they know what's going to happen, they're lying to you. $60 is resistance on PayPal. Let me see. Yeah. So right now on a daily level, yes. We could look at this on a weekly. Yeah, definitely $60. Let me get rid of it. Now, good sign. Very good sign. Weekly HMA is green. So more than likely you're gonna go higher. Right? When this HMA turns green, you're gonna keep pushing up. But, like you just said, the $60 level, which is right here. Yeah. You could see that very clearly on a weekly time frame. And it's been up here for a while. Got up there 2 weeks ago, bounced around last week, and so far this week. Now the good thing is, what you want to see is you want to see price action stay above this. You want to see the price stay above this bottom wick. So if it takes out this bottom wick of 57.32, it could spell a sign of trouble. Get on a daily again. Listen, PayPal's one of those, kind of tech stocks. It's a NASDAQ stock. So, I mean, if the NASDAQ flies up today, and I will say, even though like Eli Lilly and Nvidia, Apple, not even Apple, but like Netflix, Nvidia, LOY were moving up over a percentage today, percentage point. Um, the indices are kind of flat. They're only up 0.2% across the Nasdaq, S&P, Dow. So we'll see if the overall market moves higher by time 2 p.m. rolls around and 2:30 p.m. for the FOMC meeting. But you can see some of these Nasdaq names. Now Tesla's getting hit today. Tesla has a recall on a bunch of vehicles, so this is kind of a news-related dump, particular to the stock. But you're starting to see like Netflix, Nvidia, starting to see an Apple. You're starting to see some risk being put on. So there's some risk appetite. And that's what we want to see. We'll keep our eye on the VIX as well. Because the VIX keeps, well, it's staying elevated today, but only 1%, not much. Yeah, we can take a look at on. We were looking at this last night. Up another 0.4% today. Very good. Yeah, this was one that, I could have taken advantage of, but I didn't. Can't win them all. Very nice gain. 10% in 13 days. And of course, on has good seasonality in December. You can see here. I'll click this, move this slider back 2003 to 2022. 70% of the time it goes up. And I think more recently it's been going up. Like the past 5 years, 60%. 10 years, 70. So it stays around that 70 mark, 75, 70% mark of going up. It's pretty good. And I did I think you were on stream last night with me, Steven, or Steve. I think I did options, the back test. I went through this on demand, and the gains on this are great. Same thing with AVGO. AVGO, again, up almost 1% today. This was another one that I was looking at before December started. That was going to be a potential trade, but I didn't take it. I went with LLY instead. But that's it. Waiting for PayPal to hit yesterday's low. Take a look. So you want to see it come down to like the 58 level? Twitter account? Yeah, no Twitter for me. I keep things simple, right on YouTube. My goal isn't to make this channel huge. I'd rather be underneath the radar a little bit, keep the community small. So, but it would be nice to have Twitter to, put out alerts, but I can do that on YouTube. I can go to my community posting on YouTube. So as long as your notifications are on, once you subscribe to me, if you have all the bell notifications on, you should get alerts. If I ever want to like type something like this is what I'm doing, a quick update, I can do it through a community post on YouTube. So, but being on Twitter gets you more exposure. But my goal is not to become something big on YouTube. That's why when people join and subscribe and follow my trades, I kind of consider you guys lucky, because there's not many people that do what I do, at least at this type of level. In terms of transparency and real profit and, not being a fraud, basically. It's amazing that not being a fraud is like a unique attribute on YouTube, in the trading community on YouTube. It baffles my mind, but only one stock per month? Yeah. Maybe I'll go to 2 stocks. Start diversifying a little bit. Yeah. I could diversify. I'm glad you like my material. Yeah, I try to put, like, whenever I make a video or do a live stream, like, I try to bring a good quality in terms of what I'm talking about. I know my thumbnails and titles and layout isn't the best. My marketing, I should say, isn't the best. But my goal isn't to market to you guys. My goal is to just share my ideas and strategies and bounce ideas off each other and just talk. More of a hobby type of thing. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying everything that I put out. Like, I was saying to someone on stream, like, last week or a couple days ago, and they're saying, like, yeah, I'm using part of your strategy, but I'm taking profits early. And, like, the way I go about my trade plan is holding the trade throughout the entire month. And some people don't like that, and I'm not going to argue with them. Like, and I could be wrong. You know what? Maybe over the next year, if you take profits early, you're going to make more money. Based on my back testing, holding through the entire month makes you more money, but that can change, right? Just because data says something doesn't mean it's concrete. So, but yeah, if you put on a trade and it goes up and your options contract goes up 100% and you need that money, take it. Like, I am all for taking profits. That's probably something I should work on, but I don't, because my thoughts are, if I'm only putting an amount into the trade that I'm willing to risk and lose that full amount, then I shouldn't have a problem holding through the entire month and following my trade plan. Now, if I were putting on a bigger position that I didn't feel 100% comfortable with, and it goes up and I want to take profits, then like, and I'm nervous about the trade going back down because I have so much on the table, then I would take profits. So trade 2 to 4 days. Yeah. And listen, like that may be like everyone has their own personality when it comes to trading. And that's it. Like everyone has their own preference and personality. Eli Lilly is moving higher here. Look at that. I literally called this. I'm not trying to boast, but I said when the price got down right to here at this like 592 level, I was like, this is probably a good area to buy in if I want to day trade this. And look where it is now. Going to add some calls for a little longer, so 3 positions. Is this for LLY? Need to pop out the chat. There we go. I need water too. Talking a lot makes my mouth dry, so I may have to run upstairs and get some liquid in a bottle. Maybe a little snack too. I haven't had breakfast. I like to just wake up, have a couple cups of coffee, and then have a big lunch. I'm not a morning breakfast person. But if you put a bacon, egg, and cheese in front of me from a deli, I'll probably eat that. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see where our position is now. 7%. Nice. Very nice. Let's look at this on a daily. Alright, so we're getting up there. So you guys see right now, I entered right here at the end of the day on November 30th. And we're up 0.6%. But if you look at my position, I'm still down from where I originally bought in. That's theta. So this $200 loss is from theta decay. So it just shows you that this is like another variable you have to deal with trading options. This is why options give you the leverage. You get leverage from options because there's the downside risk of theta, implied volatility, right? And so on and so forth. So even though I'm up since I bought in terms of the underlying price, 594 is up. Since I bought, I'm still down on my position. So looks like the Qs are moving up, so we may be getting a little bit of a move here. So if we look at the Qs on a 5-minute for today, we are in a range. This is pretty much what we're doing right now. So until around 2 o'clock, interest rate decision comes out, this is probably going to stay in a range. So like if I were going to trade Qs right now, I'd probably put in a buy order right here. Right, buy the lows, sell the highs. That's what I used to do when I trade like SPX. But it's very hard to do this. It's very stressful as well. So I think technically to get to, so this is a good way to know like where your break even is. So if I go to sell this order or sell this trade, I can adjust the price here. So you see expected price. Let's say I want to sell this for a profit. So my trade price was 15.20. So if I put this to 15.20, okay, enter. To break my break even price, roughly, and it changes due to theta and implied volatility, but my expected break even price right now for LLY is 597.61. 597.61. So all I can do is just do this. 597.61. I'll change this to like blue. So if we just go up another, let's see, 3 points, about 3 points, I'll reach break even. So you can see we're not too far from it. So, and if anyone else is in my trade, you know, you should expect about the same to get into break even. So really easy way. Of course, this changes. See, now it's like 597.78. So it changes based on theta and implied volatility. But of course, I'm not going to sell this right now. Be right back. I'm going to grab a water. All right. Back here. Oh, we're only down 6% now. Let's see what happened. Moving up. Sorry, I had the chat not my screen, so I'm sorry if I didn't answer anyone. Oh, now I just lost the entire chat. Oh, great. There we go. What do you think about BKR and Key? Take a look at those. What's BKR? Is that like an oil use company? No. Okay. Drilling. Oh, wow. How did I know that? Contract drilling. Yep. Oil field. What do I think about it? Well, let's look at it on a monthly just to get a good idea of where it's been. All right. So near all-time highs. That's a good sign. Been trending up. It had a past like 4 months have been rough, but oil's been going down. So the overall theme right now with oil is downwards action. So I have oil contracts right here. So you can see, you know, this stock has correlated with oil. On a seasonality basis, I think a lot of the oil names have been moving up starting in January and February. BKR does have good seasonality. December, maybe? Hold on, let's see. 2023. 20-year back test. So yeah, like January, February is when BKR and oil itself starts to move up. Look at this on like a 10-year back test, say 60, 60, 70%. 15, 67, yeah. So we're kind of in that lull period right now for BKR, and I'm sure if Key's the same sort of Key Corp, are they major banks? Okay, so different industry. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, exactly, Sean. All right, so Key has a very nice dividend yield. Wow. On a monthly chart, Key looks pretty decent. Looks like it's at the lower end. So you can see here right away what I'm looking at is this area right here. Accumulation, support, support. So we're just exiting that now. We're up about 100% since exiting that. Let's look at Key on seasonality. Click it back one, 70% December. So let's see how December's been. December's up 5% so far. So seasonality's playing out for Key Corp right now. Look at like a 10-year basis. The past 10 years, Key Corp is even better on a seasonality basis, 80%. Did it do well in November? It did do well in November. Went up 23% in November. Good stock. Good trade. The only thing I have a problem with is the market cap is low, but the last key to the puzzle is IV and volume. So if I put in Key here, and I want to look at, let's say, this. So implied volatility is kind of high, but not too bad. I would have to look at this on a chart of IV, chart out IV to see if it's high or low. The spread is good. So you have good liquidity on this stock. So I know the spread is good by looking at, 30, 25, 70, 65. So the buy and sell prices. That's a pretty good spread. You can't ask for any better. Well, I guess you could ask for better, but not bad. Especially for this market cap, which is like, what, 25 billion I said? Or, 12 billion? So pretty good. So if you put on a trade for this stock in December, you're probably pretty happy right now. But seasonality is amazing. You could have just put on this trade at the beginning of December based off of this right here and be making money, especially with an options contract. Now, you could do the same thing with shares if you wanted to as well. It's just a different financial instrument, a different means of profit. Let's look at LLY because I think we're making new highs right now, or new local highs. Yeah, we are. Starting to lose momentum, though. Volume's starting to come back in, which could be a sign of a reversal. Let's see if we hold the HMA. 15-minute. Alright, we'll probably come back down a little bit here. No problem, Rob. Sorry about the pause. I was just eating a banana. I like bananas. Um, alright. So, I was just looking at LOI just now. Was making a new high, but just came back down. Oh yeah, I was looking at this, the heat map. Love my heat map. So right now, LOY is a top dog. BIIB, I don't know what that company is. Biogen, I do know that company. They're also up at the same percentage gain as LOY. But the rest of the sector is looking pretty good. We can look at the healthcare plans, not doing as well. So definitely the pharmaceuticals, drug manufacturers are doing better today. Pfizer's down 8% though. Let's go see what's going on with Pfizer. Oh wow. Big gap down. What is going on with this stock? Here we go. Pfizer stock falls to 10-year low on guidance slash. Wow. Why Wall Street's disappointed. So why are they at a 10-year low? And why was guidance slashed? That's my question. Regular acquisition, shortfall. Usually they don't tell you what's going on until like the last paragraph. COVID treatments. So is it COVID that's killing them? Really bring into question the company's investments in R&D. So are they not properly researching drugs that are in demand? Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'll read that on my own time. I won't bore you guys with articles. But LOI is taking a hit today. I mean, not LOI, Pfizer. LOI is doing good today. Spoke. How long have we been on for? Alright, so an hour now. Alright. Let's see, it's 11:50 now. We have interest rate decision at 2 o'clock, so maybe I'll hop on. Not maybe, but I will. Well, it could be maybe if I get pulled aside at work. But if not, then I'll probably hop on around like 1:45. I kind of feel like just streaming through the entire day now because we just keep ripping higher. So if we keep going up, I may just stay on stream because I want to see this hit 5-9. I want to see my position hit break even by the time we get to the Fed meeting. Only down 5% now. It was crazy. This position was down over 50% on Monday. And now it's only down 5. And that's what I was saying, I think it was last night or the other day. I don't even remember. But one day like today, you have a 1.81%, 1.82% gain on the day so far. One day like this can bring your position back to life. Right? Like, on Monday, I could have easily just wrote off my trade and just say, to hell with it, dump it, get rid of it, it's a bad trade. But in reality, it's not a bad trade. It's actually a good trade. So, that's why, in my opinion, patience is key to trading. Especially with swing trading. Swing trading, you need a lot more time to go by to see how the trade's actually going to work. Any thoughts about SO and NEM? If you don't mind. I don't mind. We can take a look. SO. I get suggestions for SO. I don't know if it was you that suggested it in the past, but I feel like I've had like multiple people ask about this stock. SO, is this another oil? Utilities, electricity. Okay, company gas. Okay, just want to get the sector right. Take a look at SO on seasonality. SO typically does well in December. Is it doing well this December? It's flat so far, so we could I'll just look at this on a monthly chart. You could, yeah, I did look at this before. We get rid of this and get rid of that. So far, it's only up 0.28%. Still have plenty of time to go. You could see November's not a great month for SO, but it did very good. October typically is a good month for SO, and it did good. It went up 4%. You are sitting at local highs here, so you could be running into some resistance, but let's see what's going on weekly. Could be looking at a good month here. It looks like so far, starting on November 30th. Whoops. Starting on November 30th. Started out the month strong. You're up 1.8%, 2%. 7 days. You came back down. So it looks like you could be consolidating, going higher. Where's the HMA? HMA's curling red. But if the stock is indeed in an uptrend, which it looks like it is, recently, at least since October, since seasonality kicked in October, down here, this would have been a great trade down here. Wow. Would have almost nailed the bottom. Would have missed it by 1 day. Wow. Looks like you're holding a trend here. So yeah. Good potential for this to go higher. It looks like you're bouncing today a little bit, so how's the volume looking? Sorry about the barking in the background. Looks like volume's coming in a little bit here. So should be alright. I think this is a good trade. I think this could go higher. Again, it depends on what happens today. So NEM, Newmont, This is one that I hold, or not hold, but I have been looking at. Gold's been getting killed this month. If we just look at gold, I'm sorry guys, hold on. Gold has been getting killed in December. Down 2.67% so far, which is a pretty big move for gold. And of course, that's translating into Newmont. I know someone else was interested in this stock, and they put a trade on for it. And so far, it hasn't been working out. That's why I have TDM up there, a user TDM. He put on a trade for this one. But let's see. Down 5%. A little rough. Little rough. Yeah, just not a good month. And we can look at NEM on seasonality. Typically, this is a good month for NEM. But again, like, there's always that chance, right? The past 10 years, it's gone up 80% of the time. Well, this month may be that 20% of the time of it failing. Also, now, I'm not going to write this off completely. If we have a bad day today, gold's going to shoot up. If there's, economic worries after today's meeting, which I don't think there will be, but if there is, best believe gold is going to fly. And so is Bitcoin probably. But gold could fly up. Now, the good thing is gold looks like it's trying to bottom right here at this, 1980 level. I'm seeing some previous resistance back here, and it looks like we're sitting on top of this right here. Okay, so we could see a bounce. But yeah, just be careful with this. I don't like. Listen, I've invested in gold miners way back, like in 2020, and they haven't been performing that great. They're just very choppy. They don't move up. I mean, if you look at this on a monthly chart, this is an ugly chart. Like, you're trying to long something that's been in a downtrend since April 22. I don't know. So, be careful. Be careful with the gold miners. I don't like gold miners, honestly. They're great when gold's going up, but most of the time, they're going down. Or they're just chopping back and forth. And as an options trader, this is not something I want to see. I don't like chop as an options trader. I want to get into an option, and I want that price to go one way in a big way. I want volatility. Good thing is, I think SO is a better play compared to NEM. All right, guys. All right, so we've been up for an hour and 10 minutes or so. But I'm gonna hop off, and I'll be on later. My dogs are barking and they're annoying me. But I will be back on. So the interest rate decision is going to be at 2 o'clock. I'll probably hop on around 1:30, 1:45. All right. So if you guys want to join that, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the bell notifications so that you stay up to date and know when I go live. And yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all have a good lunch, and we'll talk soon.